Good afternoon. Today I'm going to be doing my top tips and tricks for getting into medicine. I actually applied twice, so I have been through the process twice and I was successful the second time, so sorry to jump in looking like this. Just wanted to let you know what offers I actually got. So I did get 2 offers this year and I'm on the waiting list for 1 other uni, and then for Bristol I didn't actually reach interview. So I kind of do know what I'm talking about. I did get at least 2 offers, so I'm not a guru who got all 4, but I did get 2. I've got some tips that you've probably heard before, but I want to emphasise how important they are because I genuinely would have got in if I'd listened to them the first time. And I also have a few new points that I've not seen in other videos. So yeah, keep watching if you want to see that. Let's get started. Also, what do we think of this hair? Do we like it? Because I think it's really cool. I don't know if I look crazy, but whatever. So tip number 1 I have is that grades are so important, and not to sound morbid or anything, but you are just a number. So yeah, so by that what I mean is everyone that is applying has the goal of getting into medicine. Everyone is really passionate about it. I mean, some people won't be, but the vast majority are very passionate about it. So it's not your passion and how much you want it that means you're going to get in. They've got thousands of applicants, okay? They have to like sort you somehow, and it's not going to be how much it means to you. I'm sorry to say. First time I applied, I really thought that they'd see my character through my personal statement and be like, yeah, we'll let you in, babes, like we'll let you in the back door or something. Like, no, going to rank you on your A-levels, GCSEs, UCATs. My main thing I want to say is like, you could be the absolute best doctor. You could like be the most amazing, lovely person, so empathetic, really hardworking. But if you don't have the numbers, you're not even going to get to interview. Like, they're not even going to see you. They're not going to meet you. Getting those 3 A's is absolutely vital. If you miss one of those grades, they've got 50 other people down the road that have got them. So this is my wake-up call for you guys, not to sound too mean. Like, sorry if it sounds mean, but I should have had a wake-up call basically. And with the UCAT, like, you need to take it seriously. You really do. If you've already done it and you haven't got the best grade, that's fine. You just need to apply strategically. If you want to be able to apply for a good range of unis, if there's like a particular one you really want to go to and they need a high UCAT, they need a high UCAT, they're not gonna let you in. It's not a cheeky side entrance for the Bundelengers, do you know what I mean? Like, there's not. So in the grand scheme of things, you kind of are a number. They will rank you on that. You need to make yourself look as good as you can so you can reach the interview stage, and then you can show them your shining personality and show them all your work experience and everything you've been doing like that. Okay, so now my second tip, which is in a way similar to the first one, and that is to apply strategically. That is my absolute biggest one. Other people have said it, but I really want to emphasize how important it is, because medicine is a complete different ball game, ballpark. I can't remember which one the saying is. You can have A stars and A's, amazing GCSEs, and you still might not get in just because of how competitive it is. You need to look at what your strengths are and you need to apply to your strengths 100%, and you need to make sure you're applying for a range of universities. Even if it's not your favourite uni, if you want to do medicine, you need to have some safer options. For me personally, my UCAT score was 2,770. The cut-off for Bristol is normally about 2,800 and something. But I was like, I'm just going to give it a shot. But I only did that with one of my unis. Even doing one was probably a bit stupid on my part, but here we are. And for the other 3 unis, I'd looked and found the scores from previous years that you needed to get in, and I kind of knew that I would have met them, so I would have been able to get to the interview stage. I thought if I got to interview, I'd be okay. Not to sound up my own arse. The main struggle for me was like applying properly and like being able to even get to interview stage, because I didn't get to interview stage the year before because I didn't apply properly. The first year that I applied, when I was unsuccessful, I looked at the admissions process. I did read it and stuff, but I just don't think I took it in. For example, Liverpool, it does like a points-based system. It ranks you all as GCSE and UCAT. Like, worked out my score and everything, and like thought it sounded like a good score without actually comparing it to cut-off from like previous years or anything. I was like, yeah, that sounds like a decent number to me, I'm gonna apply there. Like, I had no evidence behind that. So like, you just really need to take it seriously how you apply. And this brings me on to my third tip, which is one that I haven't heard many people talk about, and that is like, really use your resources to your advantage. You literally have the internet, you have the student room. People will have been talking about what you need to get into each uni. After I got rejected, I was still like in the student room chats for that year, so I was still seeing the scores that people were getting offers. There's like open access to that this year for all of my unis. I went back and looked at previous years and sort of cut-offs. You can even do a Google search. I literally would have seen that if I'd searched it up and done my research the year before, but I didn't. So I was there applying to Exeter with my UCAT score of like 2,600 and something. If I'd like looked, like used my head, I would have seen that I would have needed higher. Do you know what I mean? There's stuff widely available to you. Use that to your advantage. Do your research and apply strategically. Do like full tough love, but sometimes that's what you need. I'm basically giving myself a slap around the face from first year. Okay, so my final tip, again, kind of similar to the others, but that is to take every single stage seriously. So I've seen videos where they said, if you don't do well in your UCAT, it's not the end of the world because you can apply for the ones that care more about GCSEs and A-levels. But I'm just gonna say, like, try your hardest at every single step, because any of them could kind of fall through. Sorry, I look like a rodent, but I just wanted to say, after first year, I'd come to the conclusion in my head that like personal statement doesn't matter, they don't even read it. Like, that's probably not true, but I just decided that. But I still didn't take the risk of like neglecting it, because I was like, just in case it is important, like I'm gonna try my hardest on it. Don't want to take the risk, because like if you get rejected, spend a whole another year applying. I don't want to scare you, but I just want to say, like, to take the whole thing seriously. Like, it's not a joke. I don't think many people think it's a joke. I actually think it's just me. You just want to keep your options as open as possible. Like, if you've got good GCSEs, brilliant, like good on you. If you've got really good A-levels, that's amazing, but why not also have a really good UCAT work experience? Like, just, yeah, take every single element seriously. This is just me slapping myself around the face because I just didn't take it seriously. Also, with the interviews, if you've got to the interview stage, like, that's amazing, they already like you. But at the same time, like, that is your shot. You should do the prep. For the interviews, I got this book because Everyday Anna told me to get it, and that's my only reason I got it. It was actually pretty good, to be honest. Had lots of good questions. Some of the questions are a bit weird, so they kind of catch you off guard. If you like just flick through and like pick a random page and you open it, like, you're gonna be a bit shocked. But like, imagine if that came up in the interview, you'd rather be shocked now and learn how to like talk your way out of a situation you don't know than it happened in the interview. Another book I got, which I think is just good for like personal statement and for interviews as well. I didn't actually like go out of my way to buy this. My aunt and uncle got it for me. They got it for me for Christmas. Yeah, I was applying again. I hadn't got in yet, so imagine if I then got rejected. I'd have that to like literally rub it in my face. But yeah, luckily I did get in. This book just has loads of, I don't know how to explain it. It's just got loads of random like interesting science and history things, like the history of medicine. If you flick to any page, like there's just something like really interesting that's like upcoming sort of science. And I just found some like good talking points in it. So yeah, so I found one page which was all about this lady called Cicely Saunders and the creation of palliative care, how it's literally only come around in, sort of in the last 100 years or so. And I just thought it was quite a unique thing to have looked into. You don't need to like buy a fancy book, but yeah, just like do your wider reading, I guess. Just to summarise, my main points are grades are absolutely vital, in my opinion. 2, apply strategically. You could be the best person, but if you don't reach interview, you're done out. 3, take it all seriously. It's not a joke. Work on your application, make it the best you can possibly be, so you don't end up having to apply 2-3 times to get in when you could have done it the first time. 4, use what you have to your advantage, like the internet, like the student room. I think it's great. You can use it to, yeah, find out what you need to get in for previous years and stuff, but you can also use it to talk to other medical students. If you're looking for someone to do like interview practice with, you could literally post that in a Facebook group. You could post it on like the student rooms. Obviously be safe online and whatever, but yeah. So that's pretty much all of my tips. I hope you found something useful in that. Hope you took this as a little bit of a sort of reality check one. I know this video was probably a bit mean, but it's something a bit different, something you can hold in your heart, guys. Absolute best of luck for anyone that's applying. If you haven't got in this year, I'm sending all my love, because it's actually horrible getting rejected. Take some of these tips, watch some other videos that are probably a bit gentler and nicer in this hard time. Best of luck if you choose to reapply. Yeah, big love, everyone. Mwah.